Often missed by visitors, West Thumb Geyser Basin stands out from the rest of the parks because of its location on the shore of Yellowstone Lake. The lake creates a dramatic backdrop for the powerful geysers, pools, and springs. A dirt trail and wooden boardwalk loops through the geyser basin, offering a two-thirds of a mile long wheelchair-friendly stroll. The area is breathtaking. West Thumb Geyser Basin is one of the chief beauties in that half of Yellowstone National Park. The quieter and cleaner counterpart to the east half's other major basin, mud volcano West Thumb's Delight sometimes elude travelers looking for the hustle and bustle of places such as the Upper Geyser Basin or fountain paint pots. But for others looking for a more contemplative experience in Yellowstone, who still want to admire Yellowstone's many thermal riches, West Thumb Geyser Basin is king. Indeed, West Thumb has no major geysers and its waters rarely agitate the way they do in other pockets of Yellowstone. Further, depending on when you visit, some thermal features close to the shoreline may be submerged or lapped by lake waves, with whole swaths underwater even. West Thumb is comparatively uncongested. It is the least visited basin in the park. The boardwalk around West Thumb is uniquely laid out compared to the rest of the basins as well. There are some exceptionally pretty pools along this walk, such as Collapsing Pool and Blue Funnel Spring. Those impressive pastel hue makes it an absolute stunner. Arguably, however, West Thumb features lie closer to the lake shore. For instance, on the left side of the basin, there's a pair of pools which rivals even Grand Prismatic Spring. If not in size, then in concentration, AB's Pool and Black Pool. After visiting West Thumb Geyser Basin, take a leisurely drive along the lake and frequently stop to enjoy its beauty. The deep blue water lake sits at 7,733 feet above sea level. It is 20 miles along the covers 132 square miles. It is the largest lake at a high elevation in North America. Wild animals are frequently seen in this area. West Thumb Geyser Basin is boiling, but the lake is deadly cold even in summer. I am sure everyone will have Old Faithful on their Yellowstone itinerary. This is most popular attraction in Wyoming, draws thousands of visitors per day. To be precise, 2,000 people per eruption during peak summer months. The show is guaranteed. Old Faithful, as the park's most predictable geyser, sprouts boiling water up to 17 stories high. It erupts every 35 to 120 minutes for 1.5 to 5 minutes. It is said Old Faithful never fails. Just wait for the show. Many visitors do not put Mammoth Hot Springs on their Yellowstone itinerary, but that is a big mistake. The area delivers out this world scenery and should not be missed. Mammoth presents a geothermal show with approximately 50 hot springs. Many are forming terraces with Canary Spring upper terraces as the center stage. The scenery is continually changing as new springs appear and other becomes inactive. Mammoth Hot Springs are so different from other thermal areas. This is largely because limestone is a relatively soft type of rock, allowing the travertine formations to grow much faster than other sinter formations. It has been described as looking like a cave turned inside out. In the Mammoth area, the hot acidic solution dissolves large quantities of limestone on its way up through the rock layers to the hot spring on the surface. Above ground and exposed to the air, some of the carbon dioxide escapes from the solution. Without it, the dissolved limestone can't remain in the solution, so it reforms into a solid mineral. This white, chalky mineral is deposited as the travertine that forms the terraces. Just south of the north entrance to Yellowstone, Mammoth Hot Spring has two terrace boardwalks, the upper and lower. In Norris Geyser Basin, you will find the world's tallest active geyser, Steamboat Geyser, but do not count on the show. In some years, the steamboat does not erupt at all, but when it does, it can shoot water more than 300 feet into the air. Despite its top star's lazy performance, Norris Geyser Basin has many other features to impress its visitors. It ranks as Yellowstone National Park's hottest and most changeable thermal area, making it one of the most extreme environments on Earth. Make sure to find Emerald Pool there, one of the most photographed sites in Yellowstone. Emerald Pool, one of the shining stars of the Yellowstone. The basin consists of two areas, Porcelain Basin and the Back Basin. Porcelain Basin is barren of trees and provides a sensory experience in sound, color and smell. A 3/4 mile bare ground and boardwalk trail accesses this area. Back Basin is more heavily wooded with features scattered throughout the area. A 1.5 mile trail of boardwalks and bare ground encircles this part of the basin. The boardwalk boards are a bit loose and it makes the chair feel as if you are rolling over rumble straps. The hydrothermal features here are a sight to see and well worth a half day or more. This noisiest geyser basin are smelly but cool to watch. Midway Geyser Basin and Grand Prismatic Spring. This basin is located midway between Yellowstone's upper and lower geyser basins. Although Midway Geyser Basin is small, it is home to some of the largest single hot springs in the world. The most notable geysers and hot springs are Grand Prismatic Spring, Excelsior Geyser, Turquoise Pool, Opal Pool, Flood Geyser, Spray Geyser and Imperial Geyser. The last two requires a moderate hike behind the Grand Prismatic. Grand Prismatic Spring is Yellowstone's largest single hot spring and the world's third largest hot spring. Grand Prismatic is so grand. Extremely hot water travels 121 feet from a crack in the earth to reach the surface of the spring, deeper than a 10-story building. As I said earlier, it is the third largest spring in the world. The Grand Prismatic is bigger than a football field at 370 feet in diameter. A gridiron is 360 feet long and 160 feet wide. Hot Spring has bright bands of orange, yellow and green ring the deep blue waters in the spring. The multicolored layers get their hues from different species of heat-loving bacteria living in the progressively cooler water around the spring. And the deep blue center, that's because water scatters the blue wavelengths of light more than others, reflecting blues back to our eyes, a living thermometer. Firehole Canyon Drive is a 2-mile one-way road off the Grand Loop south of Madison. The drive has a waterfall overlook and swimming area. On Firehole Canyon Drive, you will pass the Firehole River, Firehole Falls, and a natural swimming hole. Firehole Falls is a 40-foot waterfalls amidst 800-foot thick lava flows forming the canyon walls. There is a small parking area available near the falls and several small pull-offs along the road. The swimming hole in Firehole Canyon is one of the 2 swimming areas inside Yellowstone National Park. Lower Geyser Basin is located between Madison Junction and the Old Faithful area and is home to approximately 100 geothermal features. It covers 5 square miles and includes hot springs, geysers and mud pots. Many of the thermal features of the Lower Geyser Basin is easily accessed from the amazing one-way Firehole Lake Drive. Firehole Lake Road is a 3-mile one-way road off the Grand Loop between Old Faithful and Madison. Geysers and hot springs are visible from the road and boardwalk. The one-way Firehole Lake Drive takes you through the woods and back to a place where hidden geysers and thermal features that can't be seen from the road are found. Several pullouts and parking areas along your drive make it easy for you to get out of the car and take your time admiring these natural wonders. This is also where Great Fountain Geyser is located. It is one of the few places in Yellowstone that you can watch geysers and hot springs from your car. The Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone is 20 miles long, up to 4,000 feet wide and 1,200 feet deep. It is a place of incredible beauty. To see the canyon, follow the one-way canyon rim drive. Many trails and walkways wind along the rims and down partway into the canyon. The main attraction in the area is Lower Falls, nearly twice as high as Niagara. Upper Falls is located just south of Canyon Village. The Lamar Valley is the wildlife's viewing ultimate location in Wyoming. You will have a chance to see buffalo, elk, grizzly bears, gray wolves, bighorn sheep, black bears, pronghorn antelope, river otters, ospreys, bald eagles, coyote, and many more. Take your time in Lamar Valley. Try to visit early in the morning or early evening to increase your chances of seeing animals. The Lamar River is a tributary of the Yellowstone River, approximately 40 miles long in the northwestern Wyoming in the United States. The river is located entirely within Yellowstone National Park. This huge wide valley makes excellent habitat for wildlife.